Good morning, pregame crew. It is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, 6:20 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning and welcome to the pregame show. This is a show where I get you ready for the trading day. We get ready together. You always help me and my goal is to help you. So we go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. And you're like, hey, you big dummy, I thought you said you're starting at 8:30. Well, maybe I'm a little slow and I need to start at 6:21 a.m. or 8:21 a.m. to get warmed up. And I really enjoy saying hello to my friends. So it's worth the extra 10 minutes for me and do a few chart requests. Good morning, Shake and Bake. Hey, Night Truck. Thank you. Thank you for that. AV is good. Hey, Hector, Greg, Coda, Marvin. Hey, Tom, Gary, Scotty, Topher. Hey, Sir Fernando, Ann, Basque, Sam, Chris, Ella, SpongeBob. Hello. Hey, Ray. Hey, Success. You know, JPM did me dirty yesterday. I didn't trade it, but it didn't turn out like I thought. I still just have to keep JPM on a constant watch list because when it does trade super technically, it can make for pretty straightforward trades. So we can look at JPM. Let me go back up to the top, make sure there's no other chart requests before I get started. All right. So JPM, I was looking for a potential daily bull flag. It doesn't mean it's game over, but yesterday's price action was not ideal. I wanted to show y'all something. I was looking at a rejection. Was it here? No. I did one of his exact things the other day where it just stopped on a dime on support. So overall, this daily looks good. We're starting to form a squeeze. Wait, let me go back to the weekly. Weekly chart's looking for a lower high. So bears are scouting a lower high, but I don't know that now is the time to do that with this potential daily bull flag. Daily 50 MA is overhead, and that's where I would put my alert here, just in that general area. This is where I would be scouting a top fish for that weekly lower high is around the daily 50 MA, using lower time frames for those entry locations. Let me see if I can type this up real quick. Where's my letters? Right there. You form your thesis on a higher time frame, meaning weekly, daily, 4 hour. And this is for any type of trade, including day trade. You create your thesis, okay? And then you use low time frames for entries. So you're using your thesis on a higher time frame. We get asked all the time, what's the most important time frame? Well, the most important time frame is whatever time frame you can find clarity. And I prefer weekly, daily, or 4 hour. The higher, the better. But I use low time frames, even 1 minute sometimes, but mainly 2 minute or 5 minute for those location. So you have to form your thesis on a higher time frame and your entries are based on lower time frames. And this is something that's so difficult at the beginning to start separating out and saying, okay, why do I have to do it like that? And you'll understand over time, these higher time frames have a lot more information, gives us clarity. And I'm looking at snow right now, y'all, because there was a big dark pool print that just came in of $25 million. And I wanted to see what's going on. Sorry, I jumped from the education. So we're looking for a weekly higher low on snow. And daily, if you can believe it, we're looking for a higher low right here at the 200 MA. 4 hour potential bear flag. If we were able to get over 160.55, snow may be a long today. This is a really straightforward, well, it's straightforward if you know how to draw. Trend down. Yeah, I'd watch snow today. I don't know what that, it just stood out. Actually, there's more. Nope, just one. Yeah, I like that. Okay, who's going to get bumped over here? No, 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 no. Okay, Amazon, you're getting bumped. And if you're new here, 9 times out of 10, these names that are up here are names that I am watching for potential day trades in. So that's a clear downtrend line. I like it bullish over 160.55. Okay. Sorry my voice sounds kind of scratchy. As you can imagine, my body's kind of a mess. Grief does a lot to ya. But y'all know I am, in general, a very happy person, and I'll get my mojo back. Okay, man, I have too many names to watch today. It's FOMC day. I haven't said that yet. So pretty much all of our setups are going to get trashed by Jerome Powell. But we'll be ready for whatever scenario gets thrown our way. Yeah, I like that success. I like that plan. Buenos dias, Miguel. And again, if you're new here, I'm terrible with Spanish. So every time I try, I give the room a good chuckle because I'm terrible at it. Just for fun, for those of you who have been around here a lot, I was obviously with family a lot the last week and a half. And we were talking about how those fires around my family and my community, it burned up a few houses. It was terrible. And they were talking and they said the fire tire didn't even pick up the fires. And I just kind of giggled to myself because that's how we say OW. We sing there's fire in the blood. And I told them that my job requires me to say hourly about 100 times a day. And they laughed so hard at the way I said it. So y'all laugh at me and my family laughs at me because they're like, it's hourly. It's hourly. See, hourly's easy. Oh, Dale, thank you. That's my son's middle name, Dale. I have an affinity for that name. Hey, Sharon H. Hey, thank y'all so much. Post Holdings. Okay, Martin, I don't know if I've heard of that. Let me see. Post Holdings. Okay, this looks a little rising wedgy there on the hourly. What do you like? Set up on weekly. Okay. I'm catching what you're throwing. I'm picking up what you're putting down here. I like it too, Martin. We have a squeeze. Yeah, this looks pretty good. What is the volume on this thing? Not great, but it's enough to trade it. You have double weekly inside bars underway. Daily chart looks kind of ratty. And again, this looks like a potential rising wedge. How could you enter this? I like entry at the daily 50 MA, so maybe around 87.40. Could scout a location. Did it fill this gap? 85.30. Close. It came within 11 cents of filling that gap. But yeah, I like it. I like this chart a lot. I'm going to write it down. And that's how my list gets so long, because I write down everything I see. And you're cute. Hey, Lisa. D-Nut, sorry I missed that one. You like that Krispy Kreme? Okay, potential probably looks better on the 2 week. Let me see. Yeah, 2 week bear flag. Doesn't look like donuts are in vogue. My son is so literal in the way he behaves sometime. When he was little, he asked me, he heard me talking about health and nutrition and trying to cook healthy meal or whatever. He's like, what's the most unhealthy thing that you can eat? And I told him a donut. And he's never eaten a donut since. And he was like 3 or 4. He's never touched a donut ever. He is Mr. Literal. I wish I was that literal. I told myself a donut's the worst thing you can eat. And I'm like, I'll never touch a donut again. But we both know that ain't happening. Okay. Euro. Hey, Scotty. I'm sorry I missed yours too. Euro. GBP. We'll get started here in just 1 minute. EUR GBP. That should be it, huh? I think a lot of y'all use 8 cap. Weekly is up here testing resistance 86685. We have the 200 MA and the 50 MA overhead on the weekly. The daily looks fine, but you sure don't want to be approaching resistance when the chart is extended. I was trying to think of an analogy. So these bulls, they run so hard and then they approach resistance, and this RSI tells you they're tired. So you don't want to be going with the longs when they're tired because they've been running so hard. And that's what I get from this chart. At least they're consolidating sideways at the moment. See this tweezer top? That's bull exhaustion right there. So I'd be careful here at weekly resistance. Y'all ready to get this show on the road? I don't know. This chart is just messed up. That was a short for us. Weekly inside bar. Daily inside bar broke bear. I should have had it as Queen of the Mountain here, but we had it back here because this daily 50 MA overhead. You're still looking for a daily higher low. Hourly oversold. Looks like they had news. Potential 4-hour bear flag. This chart is just not for the bulls. I mean, it's broken on so many time frames. All right, let's get this show on the road. You're welcome, Scotty. Sorry. Okay, had to get my heating blanket off me because it's too hot now. It's kind of cold here. It's 41 degrees outside. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori, and my voice doesn't always sound like this, but y'all just bear with me. It's typically not this annoying. It's annoying, but not this annoying. So if you want to give me a follow on Twitter at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. Check us out at chartguys.com. And what we do at Chart Guys is we teach technical analysis. So we have this chat room of a bunch of my very close friends. And we have commodities, we have crypto, we have a marijuana, we even have uranium. We have all kinds of channels, whatever your interest is. It's very organized. It's unlike Discord, where this is very organized, sometimes to a fault. Okay. Now let me get... Interesting seesaw. I would probably argue that RSI can work on any chart unless it's news related, which of course today with FOMC it should impact currency, and it will be news related, so RSI means less. But I've yet to find a chart in my probably 10,000 hours of studying and trading and being in front of charts have I seen where RSI doesn't work. We're also told a lot that VIX, it doesn't work on VIX, but I don't think that's true either. Okay, there are 230 of you that have joined early. If you could hit that like button, that would be wonderful. So today we have FOMC. Yeehaw. FOMC has its own set of nuances, and we will cover that. And if you've been around a while, I'll try to talk faster so you don't have to hear the same old spiel. But FOMC decision today at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then Jerome Powell will have the press conference at 2:30. Let's just go ahead and look at it right now. Okay, here are my notes. I typically save these for TCG members only. What's most likely is, let me type this up, bring this up. Okay, what's most likely, so 99% baked in that we will have no change. So this is on CME Group, the CME Fed Watch tool, and it tells you we have now 5 hours, 25 minutes until the FOMC decision. And as of right now, 99% chance there's going to be no rate change. A 1% chance that they have a quarter point hike. And you would assume that a hike would mean bearish. If there were a cut that's not baked in at all, that would be super bullish, perceived bullishly. Of course, the market can do whatever it wants. So this is what we're expecting. And it'll be the wording of what he talks about the future. Do they plan on putting these rate hikes on pause for the remainder of the year? That could be received bullishly. So just know there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, obviously. for FOMC. I always mark up my charts. I like to stick with indices or gold. It just makes it a little bit clearer of what I'm trading. Stair steps are your friend. If you trade stair steps on the regular, today is your day, because FOMC, typically you can even do it on the 1 minute. 2 minute will give you a little more higher chance of success, probability of success, is looking for those stair steps to reverse. And you want to buy or sell on the right side of the V. Meaning, if you're trying to buy, let's see, if you're trying to buy, you want to buy on the right side of the V. If you're trying to short, you want to short on the right side of the V. You want to see a little reversal first so you can put your stop right below the low or right above the high for a long. We expect a low volume volatility morning. Selling premium typically doesn't work on these caution days like FOMC, so I stay away from selling premium. And remember, initial reaction isn't always the real reaction. That's typically algos. Second reaction can also be extreme as those algos respond to key words. Third reversal is typically the real reaction after folks have digested the fundamental information, or as I like to say, cooler heads prevail. And this can happen as late as the next day, meaning tomorrow. Use stop losses. Things can go against you real hard before they reverse. How do I know? Because it's happened to me. So let's get to the markets. So actually, I want to start with NASDAQ, and I hope this isn't too busy for y'all. We started discussing the megaphone on Monday, right here. This was the candle where we talked about it. I said, look, there's a megaphone trend line support right here. Yesterday, live notes. Yesterday morning, I went live at 10 a.m. my time, so noon Eastern. And I put these notes on the screen and then I put them in chat when I was done. I was looking for a bounce yesterday as Apple was holding prior day low, Nvidia was holding prior day low, Bitcoin was bullish, NASDAQ holding that 4-hour megaphone trend line support, which was huge. VIX couldn't break 1480, and dollar, we were looking for a 4-hour low or high. So I was looking for a bounce yesterday at 10:18 a.m. It's Tuesday. And I was live right here is when I said I was looking for a bounce. I was using these 4-hour trend lines coupled with other contextual clues. Everything has context in the market. And I know you probably remember from elementary school, we had to learn about contextual clues. You had to be able to pick up on context in order to figure out what's going on in the story. Well, the market always tells a story, and we have to look at all the contextual clues. And VIX has been giving me more of an edge than normal. So overall, the score is a little bit more bullish than bearish, but of course the market can change all of that with the FOMC, and I'm expecting a quiet morning into FOMC. All right, so we have this megaphone. This megaphone, I want y'all to let's visualize some scenarios. Let me get this arrow. I never use that one. Whoa, what's it called? Well, I guess I can't use it because I don't know what it's called. All right, I'll use my brush. So imagine a bullish reaction. And this would be hard to even contemplate that it would be able to make this big of a reaction, but crazier things have happened. What would happen if we got a higher high up here? Would you be able to trust it if it didn't take out 15856? I don't know that we could trust it. Potential megaphone. What if we were to drop and hit a new low? Would you be able to trust that? Not necessarily. So I know that this is me reaching out there pretty far, but I'm just trying to explain how this megaphone can then taint our go forward perspective on what the market's doing if we don't trust bull breaks and bear breaks. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say in a very roundabout way. Megaphones make it difficult to trust bear breaks or bull breaks, because those bear breaks or bull breaks could be opportunities for reversals. So we have to remember that going into today. I think we're going to have some individual names that we'll be able to trade it and won't be as difficult. But I'm just remembering this with these extreme reactions on NASDAQ and ES. If we were to get them with FOMC, I'm going to keep in mind this megaphone. This megaphone is legit. ES not as legit. I moved the trend line. So I had the trend line up here earlier. So I moved it to fit the narrative. So I don't trust this one as much, but I do trust the NASDAQ megaphone. Doesn't mean it will hold, but it's been pretty firm for 2 days now. So we have an hourly higher high on ES and on NASDAQ. And I should mention the daily 50 MA is at 15577. Let me put that here, and it updates, of course, throughout the day. Okay, daily 50 MA. Coordinates 15577. Okay, so we have that daily 50 MA up there that I can't lose sight of. That would be right in the middle of that megaphone. Do y'all see it? So our overall question is, are we setting this weekly high or low, and can bulls go take out 15856 and change the weekly trend? It may not happen today, tomorrow, or even the next day. We could take out the low of 14804, but we are closer to taking out the high than we are the low. So remember that. We're 600 points from the low, and we're 400 points from the high. So, and we could also just continue to tighten after today as well. In my head, this made so much sense in explaining this to y'all, and right now it just doesn't sound very congruent, but thank y'all for being here anyway. So I guess this is a more legitimate one on ES. If we do it on the daily time frame, it's more legit. That may be what we need to do there. All right. You don't remember elementary school? Netflix bounce is starting. Netflix is my #1 name today. Please don't tell me that. Okay, I need to go a little faster. Let's go look at the dollar. The dollar is still in a daily uptrend, y'all, but it lost the 4-hour higher highs. And on the hourly, this could be a bear flag. Market bulls need to see the dollar continue to the downside. Let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's pulling it back a little bit right here. Bitcoin's running into the daily 50 MA. This is the 3rd day in a row I've brought it up. The daily 50 MA matters, even on crypto. So we're inside yesterday's range, and this will be the reaction of how we break out of this daily inside bar will have a lot to do with what happens with the market, in my opinion. Gold. Gold is trying to get a bounce going. We need the dollar to sit down for that daily higher low to be set. And the dollar is finally showing some weakness, but market bulls and gold bulls want more dollar weakness. Oil is finally weakening. So I drew this for y'all weekly. I had a star here on Monday that I was looking for this overbought conditions on the weekly for a potential top fish. And don't get it twisted. This is one of the most bullish charts out there. Monthly higher high, weekly uptrend, daily uptrend. And now we've lost the 4-hour uptrend on oil. So the next bounce, in my opinion, you could look for a top fish. And we're just looking for some healthy consolidation. I'm not looking for bears to tear everything up over here. I'm just looking for some healthy consolidation. Because look, a daily high or low is still anticipated. That hourly oversold got bought. That would be very bullish if it were to set this daily high or low this quickly. And remember, we have inventory today. So I'm going to be looking at shorting oil. I will be picking on oil today, and I will probably wait until after inventory. Nat gas is trying to get something going, but you know. It's in a daily uptrend. 4-hour broke to a lower low. Hourly is sideways. I don't have a setup. I'm not going to force that. Yeah, Joka, less than 6 hours to the trading Super Bowl. You got it. Apple, how cool was it that Apple held the low of the prior day, and that was the go sign for bulls saying, hey, we came to play. But how apropos for Apple to break this 179.38 by 25 cents and then pull back. Is that just not typical Apple or what? Let me go to my notes on Apple. I did not write notes on YM. That's not like me. Okay, Apple could remain sideways into the FOMC meeting. You see how we're inside yesterday's range? I would expect some chop on Apple. I don't know that we're going to get a clear trade on Apple as long as we're inside yesterday's range. It may take the break out of this range in order to get a trade going. Okay, Amazon. Did I fix this? Okay, I like Amazon long. We are at the daily 50 MA. Do you see it? See that long lower wick of bulls buying the dip yesterday at the daily 50 MA? We're looking for a daily higher low. 4-hour and hourly got oversold. I like a pullback buy on Amazon. Yesterday's low in the daily 50 MA, looking for a pullback buy. Amazon was super weak yesterday, but just remember, I'm looking at a larger time frame to form my thesis. The daily 50 MA, we're sitting on it, looking for a daily higher low. I like a pullback buy in Amazon. Dang it, I just took Amazon off. I need Amazon back up. Oh well, I'll get it back up over here in just a second. I have too many things I'm looking at. All right, so NVIDIA daily low or high is the more likely scenario. So we're looking for a potential daily low or high, and it may take a bounce to the daily 50 MA in order to get that around 454. We closed yesterday with an inside bar, and guess what? We're inside yesterday's range. So we may stay inside, so we would have a second potential inside bar forming, then I would anticipate it would break out or break down on FOMC. So we like these tightening ranges. NVIDIA could be a great trade idea once FOMC happens and we break either bull or bearish. I need to get back over here. I was showing y'all Trade Keeper and gets kind of busy. So we're below the hourly 50 MA. You see us coming down to meet price. You want price over 437.90. That means it's over that 50 MA, and then bulls could get some potential traction. But odds still favor a daily lower high. Okay. Tesla, we're looking for a daily higher low. You see how I have everything marked? I have the daily 50 MA marked. I have yesterday's low and yesterday's high. I would love for it to hit that daily 50 MA, fill that gap to look for that daily higher low long. Let me set an alert there. 256.52. Not saying we're going to get it, but man, it would be awesome. Just in case I'm not looking at the chart. So we are looking for a daily higher low on Tesla. I don't know if the bulls are going to let it get that daily higher low. That looks like an inverse head and shoulders. If we get over yesterday's high, that would increase the odds the daily higher low is set. So let me say it two different ways then. I like a long over yesterday's high. Break over yesterday's high, a Tesla long, and then I like a long if we were to drop into the gap fill territory, I'd like a long there. So Tesla just has a good structure overhead. I hope some of you got this bounce yesterday. Adobe was one of our Queen of the Mountain trades as we were looking for that weekly higher low. Now that we broke the high of the prior day, here, we've broken the high of the prior day. Now the odds favor a daily lower high. Do y'all see that? Gap fills up at 54434. If we were to fill that gap to the upside, that could be a daily top fish setup on Adobe. So yesterday we were looking long. Today we switched to the daily chart. We're looking for a daily lower high, and it may not get set today. It may get set tomorrow. Just something I'm keeping on my radar. And I see a lot of y'all every day have chart requests. I just want to remind y'all that you can put your chart request in our chat anytime, and if you're a Chart Guys member, and we will answer whatever question you have about a technical setup. And we go live 3 times a day and we answer your questions. And then in between, we answer your questions in chat. So just know that if you are a person that really needs your chart request answered, become a member of Chart Guys and you'll get what you're asking for. Okay, this is going to be a weird one. You're a weird one, Mr. Grinch. So daily 50 MA, we're sitting on it on DKNG. We're looking for a weekly higher low. Y'all see it? This is healthy. Daily, we're sitting on the 50 MA. We're at the daily 50 RSI. I like the buy of $30, $29.90 for a potential long. Below $29.90, I'm wrong and this long wouldn't work. But I love that it's at the daily 50 MA. I had too many names today. Microsoft. We're already getting through yesterday's high. I was making note of this potential hourly IH inverse head and shoulders. Where's this going? We're dealing with a 50 MA overhead, and you're going to want to see it over 330.20. Yesterday's pre-market level, you're going to want to see it over that level to potentially get some the move on. I love that squeeze yesterday. I don't think Microsoft bulls are done, y'all. MU. We have it's cleaner on the 4 hour, but we have an EQ and a tightening range on MU. So we broke this high by 1 penny. I would still call this a double daily inside bar on MU, and you could look for a long above 71.06. I have too many names today. Netflix, I love. All right. This is another weird one. Look at this megaphone, y'all. This megaphone is not drawn well at all. I think I drew it on the 2-day. It looks terrible on the weekly. But yeah, I drew it on the 2-day. Okay, do y'all see that? Netflix, potential megaphone support. We have a gap below here on the daily. The gap fills at 383.76. If it were to fill, we have a daily stair step on Netflix. Y'all look at this squeeze. Netflix is my #1 trade today. My #1 trade watch. Above yesterday's high, y'all look at the squeeze. So I am assuming volume and volatility will be low going into FOMC, but it won't preclude me from looking at Netflix for a long. So I'm looking at Netflix for a long for this potential megaphone. So we did get a weekly lower low. Yes, we did. But I'm looking for this potential megaphone to work and this daily stair step. The stair step breaks over yesterday's high, and that would be my long signal. I freaking love this chart. And I really like DKNG as well. Okay. Roku has a daily stair step. It had these great earnings back here. It's giving everything back. Daily downtrend, weekly downtrend, monthly looking for a higher low. So the way I would play this is just a stair step. A bull break over 74.65, I would look long. And Snow, I think this has a clear downtrend line above yesterday's high. I would be looking for a long. So I had a lot of names for y'all today. So Snow. I didn't have this in my notes. Okay. Now let me see if I can do a few chart requests. CGC. Hey, Black Mamba. Hey, JG. I'm glad to be back too. Did CGC have an offering? I believe they did. We're in a daily downtrend. Weekly looks like garbage with that big upper wick. I guess you could top fish against yesterday's high, $1.26. I don't like this. Look for a long against 99 cents and top fish yesterday's high. I don't have clarity. My apologies. I just don't. TVT. Yeah, this doesn't look very liquid. Did I type it right? Yep, can't trade this. 39,000 volume. XBEV. XBEV got hit yesterday with NEO's dilution news. We're sitting on the daily 50 MA. Got a weekly higher low is the more likely scenario. 4-hour didn't get oversold. Hourly did. These names are just going to have that negative overhang with NEO's $1 billion offering. All right, Oracle. Ooh. Weekly's a mess. Monthly, we're looking for a higher low. Daily inside bar. 4-hour squeeze, hourly squeeze. This is a tough one. That 113.74 is so far away. You may be stuck inside yesterday's range until FOMC. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. TCG members, I'll get the notes to you in a second. I only have 154 likes. Surely I said something that was helpful. If you could hit that like button, give me a follow on Twitter, that'd be great, at @CharkAlLori. TCG members, I will be in the room all day today. Y'all use stop losses.